What's up, guys? It is Gray, aka the Okagre, and we're back with the RWBY finale review. Oh boy! First, before we get into this video, I did record my live reaction. It will go up when the first membership exclusivity on the episode is gone. So next week, same time, that video is going to go up. So I've already had my initial impressions. This is just a review after I've thought about it, talked to my friends a little bit. I now have an opinion, and it's the same, but we'll get into that in a second. And yeah, so check that out. When that does go live, I'll put it in the description. Otherwise, just subscribe, and you'll know. And yeah, so if you're interested in my live reaction, that's going to come out next week. Okay. The question on my mind for this week was, did this live up to the rest of the volume's greatness? No. I won't lie, this is probably not going to be a super popular opinion, and I really hate to be the one to say this, but I'm pretty whelmed with this, and a little disappointed, which, thumbnail. Let's just get into it, I guess. And the first thing I think we're going to, yeah, okay, so the episode kind of jumps around in the beginning to the fight in the portal dimension, I guess we'll just call it, and then whatever is going on with Harriet and the Aesops and Crow. And I'm going to be honest, the Aesop stuff was just not good. The Harriet, like, the bomb starts to slide, and Harriet's like, let me do my job. Elm and Vine. By the way, Vine, I could not remember Vine's name to save my life. That's how little these characters matter, which is a shame, because this, if I cared about Vine, this would have been a really good scene. I didn't. Also, my green screen is messed up because I turned it off and I forgot how to activate it, so you're going to have to deal with this for another video. I figured out bye hero, I promise. Yeah, so basically, Vine, Harriet's like, why are you guys doing this? Because and then the other Aesops, Elm and Vine, are like, because we're your friends? And I was like, no, you guys really aren't friends, though. Like, at all. And it just was bad. This part of the episode was, like, blatantly bad, because not only was it, like, cheesy, like, restraint, like, almost uncharacteristically cheesy for RWBY, which is weird saying that, but, like, especially compared to the rest of the writing in this volume, this felt really out of place. Vine died for it, because the bomb, the bomb detonation went off. By the way, Crow had, like, a cute moment with, like, Clover's lucky pin. The bomb was about to slide off and then stopped. And then it got armed because Watts was still in the chair, which we'll talk about Watts, trust me. I have a couple thoughts on that. Spoilers. And so the bomb was armed. Vine took it, went in the air, like, used his powers to stretch all around it, and then it exploded. So he's dead. And Harriet lived, which means I have to watch Harriet more. Harriet's not a good character, guys. Harriet sucks. I don't want her redemption. I don't care about her redemption. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like it's not like Emerald, where I'm like, okay, this character has, like, yeah, let's do this. No, Harriet just has only sucked for her lifetime. Good riddance. Get out of here. Like, God. Okay, now that that's out of the way, I can finally talk about some of the good in this episode, which was mostly a lot of the scenes in the portal realm I thought was actually pretty good. So there's kind of a lot of jump, and I focused a lot of different pictures in, like, the one part of the episode, because I definitely think it's by far the most powerful part of the episode. If you've watched it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But before we get to that, there was Neo and RWBY are fighting, and dude, Neo is just stomping RWBY. It is just, she's just destroying her. She's, like, barely trying and bopping her. Dude, Neo is, like, such a high-tiered character. However, RWBY gets the best of her with her semblance. She, like, goes a shroop around the bridge, and knocks them both off. And then Cinder's like, oh, I'll come over, I'll help you, Neo. And if you've watched anything in your life before, you're like, this is where Cinder knocks them both off. And she does, so they both fall, which is, like, not great. And however, Blake manages to catch. I didn't get a screenshot of this because, like, I already had 7 screenshots, and even though, like, well, it was the same thing. Blake catches her, and she's about to, like, catch her on the bridge with her gun whip, and then Cinder blasts it, so they both fall. So we now have Yang, RWBY, Blake, Neo. We have 4 currently in the void, and if you're wondering, yes, my theory was correct. The opening did spoil it, I guess. Everyone falls. Now, the next part is actually really, really good. This was the one part of the finale I think they completely nailed. And before we get into that, this episode started off with a warning that there's death, and if you're sensitive to like death and stuff, like don't watch it. That definitely gave it away for me. It was Penny, which I feel like I predicted that. You can go back and watch. I'm pretty sure I was like, feel like Penny's gonna die, and she does. However, the way this is it happening, by the way. She like stops some fire, and then she does the Cinder does the you know, the creepy arm juice stab. And this isn't like, this death isn't really, she starts dying here. This is what starts dying. She knows she's going to die. And then okay, so this is like the really, really good part. This part, but also around it, there's a part that I thought was weird. So she's talking to Jean right now. This morning, that's Jean. She's talking to Jean. She's like, hey, I'm dying. Like, no matter what, I'm going to die. Let me choose. So basically, she asked Jean to kill her. So that way she can choose who she wants. Now, the reason this part was awesome. Jean having to kill her was great. That is so good. More traumatized stuff. Like, really powerful. Awesome. Especially because that sword is going to appear as armor. Chef's kiss on that. My problem with this scene, though, is that during this, we're getting shown, like, Weiss is fighting Cinder in front of them. Like, literally, like, 30 feet away. Weiss is fighting for her life with Cinder. And by the way, Weiss also picked up Blake's gun and was shooting Cinder with it. It was really funny. It didn't do anything. I just thought it was really funny to see Weiss holding a good Glock and just shooting Cinder. Weiss is fighting for her life against Cinder. And it just feels weird because, like, I understand the thought process because she's like, oh, by the way, I'm just going to say it. Winter gets the main powers. But Winter wasn't there, and Weiss was right in front of her, and then, like, the fight was being shown, and then eventually, like, they did start showing Winter and Ironwood fighting, so, like, you knew that it was coming. But, like, it just felt strange. Like, as a viewer, I get it, because, like, you know, I was supposed to be the first maiden. She had to talk with, like, Winter at one point. Their, like, character paths, like, intersect, because, like, one of them was a machine, wanted to be human, one of them was a human being a machine. Cute, you know, symmetry, it rhymes or whatever. Good stuff there. Just I felt like the Weiss stuff was really unneeded, just because it kind of baited me. You can watch my reaction next week. I got baited. I was like, Weiss, dude, I was about to freak out straight up. I was like, if Weiss was the first one to get main powers, that would have been so sick. Fortunately, it didn't happen. But we can go ahead and skip to this part. She has like a weird conversation with her in mind. It's actually pretty sad because this is Penny dying, like, for real, which is a bummer because we don't get any Pietro or Maria in this episode, and I assume they're not dead. The last we saw them was Amity Arena, which they were alive. It was just falling. So it's a bummer that his daughter died for real, but maybe they are dead. Who knows? They had a pretty heartfelt heart-to-heart. Winter gets the powers. Oh, wow. Okay, we skip all the way. Winter getting the powers is pretty much the end of the episode as far as, like, stuff happening for the most part. That's not true. But, you know. So Winter gets the powers. She beats Ironwood. Ironwood just kind of shoots himself. It gets reflected off ice and blasts himself with his big green pistols. By the way, if Ironwood just fought with his 2 pistols, he'd have such an easier time against Winter, considering he was using one big thing as opposed to 2 little things when he can actually maneuver around when she has 2 swords. It just didn't make sense to me. And I felt made the fight suffer. We're going to talk about the fights. I don't want to be overly negative because the choreography was good for most of the fights. They was really short, but as I said, that's a complaint we'll get to. Winter, like, after she beats Ironwood, she goes to a portal. She fights Cinder a little bit. Cinder blasts Weiss. Jean falls to the side. Weiss goes off, and Winter's like, no. It's really cool, like, emotional moment. Winter's, like, freaking out. However, Cinder at some point during this time used the staff, so the room starts dissipating, and then Winter's like, oh, geez, like, I'll get you next time. And she starts to leave. And she's flying away. Jean is, like, running. Obviously, she's faster than him. She turns around to try and, like he's, like, not going to make it. She turns around to try and help him. She gets, like, her momentum carries her through the portal. It was pretty dumb. I'm going to be honest. It was, like, it was a pretty, like, why didn't you just pick him up in the first place kind of moment to be real. And it was just, I don't know. If they wanted John to go into the other side, wherever they all went. So John falls. It's actually pretty funny because he, like, jumps to make it, and the door leaves, and he just, like, falls. into nothingness. So we now have all the RWBY girls, Neo, Jean. You can't. So there's 6. The theorist, the Silent Night shippers, which if you don't know is Neo x Jean, are going crazy right now. Which are like, oh, it's happening. Which like, bro, I don't even. Yeah, why not? Why not? Winter goes out to Vacuo. All the people are there. They're getting attacked. And the only people we have in Vacuo, which I didn't see Nora. Actually, I need to check that. That's like really big deal moment. Hold on. I'm gonna go see if we see Nora at all. Because Nora was... Because John was like, hey, priorities is the people are the priorities. And that's kind of the last. Yes, okay, Nora's there. Okay. So in Vacuo, we have Oscar, Nora, Ren, Emerald, Winter. Oh, I guess I shouldn't show this part. I don't know why I didn't. Yeah, so we've got like... And plus her family all made it out, so that's kind of cool. Except for Jacques, but, you know, F in the chat, I guess. Who cares? So yeah, the team is officially back to being split up. Half of them are in Vacuo. No Sun. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of disappointed about that. I get that's one's on me for like hyping myself up for something that like really had no reason to be there. But like, I just thought it was perfect and like, oh, we heard your distress, blah blah blah. I don't know. I thought it would have been cool, but whatever. That one's I'll take credit for that one. That one's on me. And then before we go, Salem comes back in like a really cool shadow form and like talks to Cinder, and Cinder's like, sorry, like RWBY, blah blah blah, the question, Neo, blah blah blah, the staff or whatever. Or no, like the staff was like, yeah, like Neo used it and then she died. And she basically blamed using the relics on the people that are gone. And then she's like, the staff I used momentarily to help Atlas burn, and it was showing Watts. Basically, she screwed over Watts, and he's going to die. They walk past Ironwood, and then they're like, Ironwood's trying to shoot her, and they just like leave. They fly away, and Atlas falls. Atlas falls with my mouth made a fart noise. I'm so stupid. With Watts and Ironwood both stuck inside, and then just in case you were like theorizing, like, oh, there's no body, they're alive. If like a dam opens and like that just gets all flooded. The whole thing gets flooded. And like you can see Crow like screaming from the top because he doesn't know what happened to like his nieces, which technically speaking, most people think they died. Yeah, and they got away. And I think that's pretty sure what the show ends on. Like Atlas drowns with Crow, Harriet, Elm, Robin, the weirdest grouping ever. They're alive, and the after credit scene shows us. I should have taken a picture of this, dude. No, I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show it, dude. I don't care. It's getting shown. I don't give a shingle. I don't give a shingle claws. It's basically Crescent Rose in front of on a beach, and there's like a big tree. In fact, here I'll show you right here. Hold on. Let's see if I can display capture. Oh, oops, sorry. There we go. That's it. That's just what it ends on. That's the after credit scene. So that's where they are. Now we have no idea where this is. This could be the. Some people think it might be the afterlife. Maybe it's just a place people don't know about on Remnant. It could be like a spirit world. It could be another planet. We really don't. It could be the inside of a relic. We have no. It could be the moon. We have nothing. We have nothing to go off of besides its plant life. And yeah. They really didn't set up a whole lot. Now, I'm pretty sure they've said that next volume is going to be the weird one. So it wouldn't surprise me if this was like a weird like time place where they can like see maybe future, present, time. I don't know. I really don't know. If Team RWBY doesn't show up, that means that it's going to be like... Oh yeah, Watts died. I was going to talk about that. The way Watts died I thought was really well done because his whole point was like, oh, he hates Atlas. He wants to tear it down. And he like died in Atlas getting torn down, which is like super great. The problem is Watts was one of the few villains that showed competency and was a threat and that I liked watching. So it just kind of sucks that he had to go out so soon, it feels like. I would have liked to get more Watts because our villains are... I mean, we only really have Salem, Cinder, Tyrion and Mercury. So I guess it equals out if we're getting rid of half the good guys in one fell swoop. We have like Oscar, Emerald, and really interesting that Emerald gets to be on the good side for a little bit longer. So I'm really excited to see Mercury's reaction mostly to that, honestly, because I think he'll have the strongest. I do. I really think that'll be cool. I'm hoping, God willing. And yeah, that's kind of how it ends. Once again, pretty like mid episode. I thought it was fun. Some really really good like John having to kill Penny. I thought that was awesome and really well done. And they also played a Penny song during the credits. That was cute. I didn't catch it in my review because I don't want to listen to the music because I don't want to, just in case I don't want to get copyright struck. Or my reaction. The bad is like, it really just showed through, like, a lot of expectations weren't met, I guess. The fights this whole volume have been the weak point of the volume, like, by far, for me. None of the fights have really stood out super far. The biggest one I can think of at the top of my head was Penny versus Cinder, like round 1 at Emmy Arena. That was really cool. But otherwise, man, the fights have been pretty lame. They've been like, the choreography's been good. They've just been so short. Like we only had fights that have lasted like a minute tops. And it's just like so weird for RWBY. However, with that said, this still, I think, is, in my opinion, the best volume of RWBY we've ever had. So I know I sound down. I know I sound like negative. But I'm just disappointed because the rest of the volume was, in my opinion, so good. We got so much that we've been waiting for. We got excellent character development for everybody. Pretty much everybody. We got, like, logical character interactions. Characters didn't like be super out of character for the most part. Like, it was just really, really good. And it's just a shame that it ended the same way most RWBY volumes do for me, which is just disappointment. I really don't know what it is about those finales for me that always end up with me not loving them so much. This volume wasn't bad. I know it sounds like it's bad. It's just because I'm disappointed. Realistically, it's probably like a 7 out of... I'd probably give it a 6, but probably like a 7 out of 10 objectively. It was fine. It did its purpose. Winter getting the main powers was cool. It's just... Like, it was cool. It just was like fairly predictable, and like Weiss was right there. I don't know. It was just weird. Once again, all the main girls getting the powers are on the right track because that's another family member who, if they die, they're probably going to give it to the next one. So, like, you know, that's still on the path. I am excited. I am actually really excited to see what comes next for RWBY because I think if they can, even if finales are weak, if they can keep up this quality, this can be a really, really good show, and I think it can end up pretty strong. So if we can just like keep that momentum, that would be awesome. I would love to see, you know, whatever's happening here. I want to see the other squad too. That'd be really cool because I really want to see more Emerald and like that group's interactions. I want to see more Nora character build up because they hyped it up this season. Like, Nora wants to find out who she is. I really hope that they follow through with that. But yeah, overall, what did you guys think of the finale? Let me know in the comments, please, because I'm curious. Maybe I'm just a pessimist, or my hopes were too high, I guess, because I see a lot of people seem to really like it. And as I said, it wasn't bad. It's just because I wanted it to be amazing that I'm like I'm not left upset. I'm just like, meh. That's just kind of resounding meh. Overall, though, a great volume. Next week, I'm going to do my reaction or my live reaction, so stick for that because I think it's pretty fun. And then after that, I have a special video planned. I haven't recorded it yet, but I want to. And then I think that you guys might get a kick out of that if you stick around. So please like and subscribe. The like helps the algorithm a ton, get more engagement. Subscribe because you don't want to miss a video. And yeah, I think that's going to do it for me, guys. It's a bummer RWBY's over, but this channel isn't, so stick around. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do greatly appreciate it. I'll see all of you next time. Peace.